youth news magazine show. What is it called? Bona. Retsang. Yes, this is the only youth news magazine show dedicated to you, the youth of Mzansi. Igama lami mina PK, but you know, I never fly solo. I got the 20 grand MC. Owaziyo Maraza, ebuyaziyo Spamandla.
Ebuyaziyo Fresh Prince of Pele, aka Mr. 3,060,000. Someone on my face come along Spamandla. I'm Shongo, aka Maraza, my first show.
Welcome.
My first episode of Bona Retsang.
Final.
Yeah, it's a World Cup final.
Final.
Indeed. All right, everybody, now do stay with us. We're at Maraza MC on Twitter. It's at PK Weezy, but most importantly, at Bona Retsang. Check us out all over social media. So updates, most importantly, give you the news that matters to you, the youth. Let's check out today's lineup.
First up on this stamp, we take a look at the rise in teen pregnancy.
On Skoko, we meet up with a philanthropist, a real one, and find out what he has done for his community.
And then finally, Bogo man, Boba the funny man, hooks us up with what has been happening in his world.
Definitely, I can't wait for Pugu. He's always so hilarious.
Yeah, you know.
Finish. Ngoba ke usuyibonile lana apha namhlanje ake sihambe soqhemshelele kubsicamtho sibone ukuthi kahle kahle iziphi izinto ezithinta wena, the social youth issues. Today we focus on the rise of teen pregnancy within ingane zesikole. Big problem.
One day I went to visit my boyfriend. That's when I got pregnant. I refused to accept the fact that I'm pregnant. My aunt took me to the doctor, found out I was pregnant when I was 3 months. But then my father, he was furious. He got disappointed, didn't talk to me for months.
Thousands of schoolgirls drop out of school each year because they fall pregnant. The Department of Health says 94,000 schoolgirls became pregnant in 2011. It's 2014. One KZN school has already seen 8 girls drop out of school. 18% of all students in South Africa either get pregnant or they make someone pregnant each year.
My name is Sianela Mceka. I'm 17 years old. I go to Kensington Secondary School. I didn't want to be a mom. I thought my boyfriend would leave me. I thought my parents would kick me out of their house. My boyfriend found out about it. He was happy. He told his parents. But I told him I don't want to keep the baby. I thought I was alone. At school, they've accepted me. But then next week, I'm going on commission leave for 8 days after I give birth. I'd advise them, before they do anything, they should think about the consequences first. If you know you have a boyfriend, you should use a condom.
It's very important to reach out for support. As scary as it might look and as it might seem, and that maybe your world is coming crashing down on you, it's very important that you reach out and talk to somebody you trust, somebody that you can lean on. The Love Life call center has counselors who are fully qualified to assist young people in terms of counseling. So at any given point between our operational times, which is from 9 in the morning till 9 in the evening, a young person can phone, or even a parent can also contact us, and a counselor will be able to provide that counseling and, refer to the relevant resources. You can also go to any of our Y centers or our youth-friendly clinics where you can talk to another young person in terms of what is it that you do and how do you go on and take responsibility for what has transpired.
Once I'm a mom, everything's going to change. My mom promised to take care of the baby because she wants me to have a better future like other children. So yeah, I am happy that I'm going back to school after birth and my mom will take care of the baby.
Ake bekwisicamtho sethu sanamhlanje lesi sikhuluma nge-teen pregnancy. Khumbulani bafethu ukuthi if ukhulelwa, it doesn't mean it's the end of the world. Ungaqhubeka nesikolo, but the most important thing, get yourself informed and get all the knowledge that you need so that you know how to deal with your pregnancy. Khumbulani leya Love Life toll-free number ibikhona lapha kwi-screen. I'm sure ungasizakala kakhulu.
Uqinisile impela we-PK. Children are always a blessing, but parents can be a curse. Don't bring kids into a world that is not ready to take care of them properly. Please use condoms. It's time now for a news recap, where we get a recap on all that has been happening in the news this past week. Mina ngithanda ukuhleba, but we've got a great journalist, Mr. MC, who is ready with our news recap for this week. Chappie, take him.
Dumela mutemutle, welcome to Bona Retsang's news recaps. Now, the biggest news to hit South African politics in the run-up to the elections is undoubtedly Agang leader Mamphele Ramphele joining the Democratic Alliance as their presidential candidate. And then changing her mind less than a week later. Mamphele released a statement on the Agang website saying that she did not agree to being a DA member. This series of events has raised many eyebrows from voters about the stability of both the Democratic Alliance and Agang SA going into the elections. The air pollution in Beijing, the capital city of China, is so bad that the people have to use specialized glasses to see the sun. The pollution levels are 25 times higher than those that are recommended by the World Health Organization. The bad pollution is limiting what people can do outside as they are forced to stay indoors. Children in Beijing face the risk of getting asthma and other breathing-related conditions. The Chinese government is doing a lot to try and reduce the pollution, but the high population in the country is making it very difficult. Now, a study in the United States has found that one of the reasons teenagers become grumpy a lot is because they wake up too early to go to school. The study has found that a lack of enough sleep for teenagers is in some cases responsible for childhood obesity, depression, and makes taking in new information in class a very challenging exercise. Adults need a minimum of 6 hours of sleep per day to function properly. On the other hand, teenagers need 8 to 9 hours of sleep a day to function. The people who conducted the study suggested that school should start between 8:30 a.m. and 9 a.m. in order for learners to get more sleep so that they can be happier and perform better in class. Now, I would like to know how you guys feel about this. Would starting school a little bit later than usual make you a happier and more informed person? Tell us on Facebook and on Twitter. I'll be back again next week with the latest dose of what's been happening in Mzansi and around the world. Now, in the meantime, keep that dial locked onto Bona Retsang. More is coming up after this.
Ayisibonga kakhulu lapho Mthoba Chappie njengoba uMthoba beseshilo ukuthi students need to get more sleep. I think Maraza needs to get more sleep. Vuka mawule.
Well, I've been spending too much time in the studio. You know, I'm doing 2 hours of sleep a day. But speaking,
Do you still even remember what Fovat said today?
I know because it has something to do with studio. Let's go check out our Vatse clip, which is about people who will hopefully be in the studio in the future. A choir, a school choir. Let's check out what they're up to.
Hey, lina la ka go gatlile mlelekeng ke tsena motharo then ke na le 16 years ke tlo bua ka matharo a choral choir for sekolo so a re bone gore go etsagalang ka choir for sekolo
ya ngwana o bua nnete a bua ka matharo a choral choir ke nna ke diretse go pele ya ka morutabana a bona ke letsa gore bana ba rona ba tle ba nne ka phetelo pele mo botshelong go le bona ka moso ba gore ke ra se wa ka nna ya kumo go success mo matshelong a bona ka mo ke batho go bontsha ngwana o nna a batho go bona choir a e bona gore dira yang ke a le wa re go bona
se ke khwaela rona matharoro ba actually ga se matharoro ga ona ke ba fukeng khora ba fukeng khora kwa so music ne I enjoy singing mama because if una le stress like you the past the issues go la pele wa tla fela mo khwaela wa opela then wa refresher fela mental mo kwarenga atisa we live like a family she is very young kusha
ke nna gape ke buile go tlile go mosola khoere ke eng ba itumela eng a bile o tlhoka for eng ba enjoy eng mo khoere ya bona so re ka ile bona khoere go re etsa yang e be le fa ke feletseng teng ba utlile ba opela monate yang nna khoere ke utlile ba opela monate a bile ke enjoyile go nna le bona ka letsatsi la ka dilo ba bele se monate
Asibongile for le clip osithumele yona to our school squad journalist onoma ngithe ivat seclip here to khumbulani lapha emakhaya that you too can also be one of our journalists. All you need to do is grab your cell phone, record all that is happening in your community and then post it or send it to us to the addresses appearing at the bottom of your screen.
Definitely, Miss Marcus. We're going to take a quick ad break. But everyone needs a bit of his cocoa in the morning.
Remember that time you had a maths teacher that spoke way too fast and you couldn't make sense of what he was saying? And then he got hit in the face with the soccer ball during break and the swelling made him sound like a crazy person? But then you got hit in the face with the soccer ball and had a concussion for a week? And when you got back to class, you had no idea what was going on and it felt like your head was going to explode? No problem. Moby School offers free daily video lessons on Mixit for grades 10 to 12 in maths, maths literacy, physical sciences, life sciences, and accounting. Moby School. We got your back.
Now this is a story that's all about how I almost didn't make it out of my town. See, I hopped into a taxi but my shirt got stuck. Then the driver almost crashed into a dump truck. And I was like, oh go, sing is all for serious. My mama said she wanna see me crown the GDIs. Heard about the show that makes study fun and great. So I told my boys that we can all be G with Study Mate. Now I'm smarter than the Wiz and you know what you see me. Watch Study Mate Genius on Community TV, yeah.
You're back on Bona Retsang, the only youth news magazine show dedicated to you, the youth of Mzansi. Kumanje, it's time for us to find out what ubani iskoko sanamhlanje. And before Umaraza and iskoko sit down and have a chit chat, asamsopeka iklip ekuluma mo ngale iskoko. Having been brought up in a big family, Patrick suffered abuse, running away from his home to stay in a bush at the age of 7. He experienced the real bite of poverty, going to school barefooted. Even with all these struggles, Patrick Masanda has decided to make a difference within his community. At the age of 24, this young man started to make his motto in life all about helping helpless children, by instilling hope and supporting them and making sure that their future is surely guaranteed. They say that angels live in heaven, but without a doubt, this 24-year-old is an angel right here on earth.
Welcome back to it, everybody. Job and Gang Asha. We've got a guest in studio, Namhlanje Spontsubani. Now, you guys know SpongeBob, right? SpongeBob SquarePants. He's got a friend called Patrick. Now, Patrick is an idiot and he's a starfish. But the guy I have here is not an idiot and is definitely a land mammal, but is definitely a star, a captain of a ship delivering kids from poverty and ukhlupheka, hopefully navigating these poverty-stricken waters to an island paradise. Mr. Patrick, I had to introduce you like that, my man. How you doing?
Good, how's it?
I'm very well. I'm
Awesome.
very well.
Cool.
I'm actually even better now that I've met someone like you.
Awesome.
Please give us a bit of background about yourself. This man who is in his 30s. Just introduce yourself.
Yeah, so I'm Patrick Mashanda. I am from Soshanguve, Pretoria. And I was raised up in a polygamous family where my dad had 26 kids.
Wow.
And I really kind of walked that path of suffering through resilience. It's possible to even turn around your history. So where you are going, your destiny has nothing or little to do with where you're coming from. And here I am.
Definitely. Where you're going has nothing to do with where you're coming from. That is an interesting thing for you to say, because you came from a different country, one of our sister countries here, Zimbabwe, and came to another country to help people who are actually facing the same problems on two different parts of a continent.
So basically what I'm trying to do here is to instill hope, to say sometimes we waste time blaming people, blaming our parents, blaming that you're an orphan. But the thing is, put yourself together, move on, seek advice, look at what is working out there. There are lots of things that are working that you can give yourself to and really move on without blaming the government, without blaming other people, without focusing on the past. The past is gone. The future still awaits for you to grab it.
Tell us about this children's home that you've started. It's in Soshanguve?
Yes, in Soshanguve.
Pitori, Baba.
Yeah, Block M extension. So I started that charity like about 3 years ago, where I would see kids in the streets after school doing nothing, and kids as young as in grade 6, being like taught to smoke in the street, and some even being taught to smoke nyahope. And like those people selling drugs to such small kids after school in the streets. So it really touched my heart because I realized like where I was coming from. And I realized, no, we can do something about it. So I started just like bringing the kids together to do play, to do homework, to do constructive stuff together. So one thing that I know, docile mind is really a workshop of the devil.
Yeah.
So when kids are after school, the parents are at work, they are on their own in the streets. They end up going to all those things. But I basically want to agree that we need projects in the communities.
Thank you very much, my man, for being such a shining star. He's a
Thank you.
celebrity in my eyes. I don't know how much he likes celebrities, but he is award-winning. He's got the Inyatelo Award, which he won for his work. But up next is something more about, well, some people might be famous. Let's go check out ukuthi umgosi wakuleli sonto usiphatheleni hleba hleba hleba.
It's that time for you to get your weekly update on all things entertainment on Umgosi. Now, being a celebrity means that you tend to do things bigger and better than us normal peeps. Now, today we take a look at the top 3 outrageous demands that these public figures ask for when they are on tour. Coming in at number 3 is Queen, or shall I say King B, Beyonce. When this diva was on tour, she requested that every venue she performed at had a $900 titanium straw for her drinking water and a red toilet paper. Does red toilet paper even exist? Coming in at number 2 is Jennifer Lopez, who requests that everything in her dressing room is all white. From the floors, the furniture, the flowers, the candles, and even the food. Okay, I don't know about you, but if everything in my room was white, I would feel like I'm in a psychiatric ward. Cuckoo. Now, the queen of celebrity ridiculous request has to go to Mariah Carey, who never performs unless she's in the company of 20 white kittens and 100 white doves. I know, man. Why would you want to start off your concert smelling like a pet shop? But then again, Mariah has been told that she's not human by many tabloids, so maybe she feels at home with these animals. Meow. Please, oh please, if you do happen to be a public figure in Mzansi, can you guys not request such things? It's just ridiculous. That's it for this week's Umgosi.
Hey, when Mariah Carey, just because your high notes are squeaky doesn't mean you should also be eating animals that have squeaky meows. Because I don't think you're just chilling with those cats there. You must count them. You must do a record when she leaves. With how many of those cats did she eat? Chuba Limnandi. My man, these celebrities are having such incredible demands of, opulence and all these things that already that red toilet paper could probably feed me for 2 days. And you have won an award. They've won awards and they still demand so much more. You won an award for giving everything, Please tell me how, being a philanthropist, a true philanthropist, how does that make you feel?
Honestly, recognition comes, but I'm just about doing my business. I'm just about doing what I'm passionate about. But I continue to be about doing my business.
That's beautiful, and I'm sure the youth recognize very quickly your message to young people, because we need to also be builders. We need to be built up and build as well. Your message quickly.
I want to say to all young people in South Africa, in our townships, let's change the township setup.
Thank you so much, Putwami, for everything you're doing for our continent. I'd like to say, young people in Africa, please come back after the ad break.
Remember that time you had a maths teacher that spoke way too fast and you couldn't make sense of what he was saying? And then he got hit in the face with the soccer ball during break and the swelling made him sound like a crazy person? But then you got hit in the face with the soccer ball and had a concussion for a week? And when you got back to class, you had no idea what was going on and it felt like your head was going to explode? No problem. Moby School offers free daily video lessons on Mixit for grades 10 to 12 in maths, maths literacy, physical sciences, life sciences, and accounting. Moby School. We got your back.
Now this is a story that's all about how I almost didn't make it out of my town. See, I hopped into a taxi, but my shirt got stuck. Then the driver almost crashed into a dump truck. And I was like, oh, go, sing is all for serious. My mama said she wanna see me crown the GDS. Heard about the show that makes study fun and great. So I told my boys that we can all be G with Study Mate. Now I'm smarter than the Wiz, and you know what you see me. Watch Study Mate Genius on Community TV, yeah.
You're back on
Bona, Retsang,
Yes, this is the only youth news magazine show dedicated to you, the youth of Mzansi Njengomaraza.
Unyaka ungi-expose khora ke Steve Sotho. Nathi Steve Sotho mfana. Ngiyasiqatela, but also this show is a platform for you to voice all your views on what's happening in and around umphakathi wakho. So remember to highlight us on our Facebook page. Give us your reports of what's happening, whatever you're seeing in your area. Ngabantshontshe inkomo noma bahlawula ingane abayimithisayo. It's the month of love, so you better do right. Wena ke makhuzwayo nkosiyami.
Mina month of love nje kumnyama nje akhanyi at all.
Kumnyama ebusweni benkawu noma kumnyama
inhliziyo emnyama ayikakakhanyisa kodwa kumanje samsobheka iringa nathi idiscussion yethu ekhuluma ngothando nokuthi ungamthola kanjani lo bhuti omthandayo samsobheka
bese mphatha kahle.
You know, when you're courting someone at school and you have a crush on someone at school, I think you should just be an anonymous someone who likes a person.
Why don't you just tell them up front?
I think you should tell them up front, but also be yourself.
I would go simple, the red hearts with everything and the chocolates.
I know Valentine's is a special day, but who said Valentine's needs to be like a red color?
Red is the color of love, Wesley.
I think you should just go with the obvious. If you're quoting someone, buy some heart-shaped toys or gifts, heart-shaped red, you know, Valentine's colors and those kind of stuff.
Valentine's still means a lot to us and basically to everyone. So just knowing that February is the month of love, so we express that during the day of Valentine's Day.
Valentine's is like showing love to other people. It's like showing that other people mean something to you.
Yeah, red is the color of love because in high school, relationships are red for danger. I focus more on studies, but you guys have a lovely time. Utando is every day. PK?
Yes, the other people who really love giving us footage or clips of everything that's happening in and around their community is, of course, our Love Life Groundbreakers. And namhlanje ku ezethu, we take a look at a topic that's really interesting, and that is all about school dropouts. Asambe Sope.
Isikhathini samanje izinga labafunda bayeka isikole liyanyuka kakhulu ngoba ngisho umfundi grade 12 uyakwazi ukuthi asiyeke isikole. Sekukhulukazi abantu abayeka isikole abantu besifazane. Lele engibuka ngayo mina. Ngoba isikhathi esiningi abantu besifazane uma beneyinkinga abakwazi ukuyibekezelela nokuthi bakwazi ukuxoxisana nabanye abantu. Umuntu vela abone ngathi inkinga la nayo yena yedwa nayo ngeswazi ukuphuma kuyona futhi ngeswazi ukuphumelela bese vele ebone ukuthi ingcono vela asiyeke nesikole engazange ukuthi athole ama solutions kubanye abantu.
Iperiod esiba nayo eklasini iba 40 minutes, then asikwazi ukuthi insuku zonke si address lawo ma issue, but then those khathi esincane siyazama ukuthi siyaba encourage, siyaba motivate abafundi ukuthi no akufundele kanje, but then asikwazi ukwenza njalo. Sikubekele kothisha kakhulukazi abenza i-life orientation la abakhuluma khona abafundi bebatshela ukuthi imfundo uzoyidinga in the near future. So siyazama nesikhathi esincane sisithola, but then ngeke ngisho ukuthi siyakwenza njalo.
Into engayisho kubona ukuthi umuntu mangazi ukuthi uphunani nokuthi uphuma phi futhi. Engakusho futhi ukuthi mawukuthi umuntu unenkinga labhekene nayo kubo akakwazi ukuxoxisana nabanye abantu futhi lokho akazizwe yena ukuthi le nkinga lembina ngaphuma kuyona khona uzokwazi ukuthi aphumelele.
The month of love life. Thank you so much for that clip. Now, when lapha ekhaya ngikhumbula ukuthi kumele uye kuphephelesi la Facebook and answer today's viewer question. Would starting school a little bit later make you happier and smarter? Ngabe kuzosiza yini we Makhuza?
Mina I think ngahlakanipha because uyazi ukuthi sekuleso sikhathi ukuthi sivalelise. So mina ngiyolala khona ngizohlakanipha. Kodwa before sihambe, I'd like to thank our guest studio, obviously ubut Patrick. Umane was inspiration nje saba grand. And then of course we have to now see what the funny man, Upuguman Boba, has for us.
Bye everyone. We love you guys. Go check out Upugu.
Hello and welcome to Bona Retsang. My name is Boogeyman Baba, and yes, I will give you the freshest jokes on the freshest news stories. First up, researchers say that they have scientific proof that white people, as far as 7,000 years ago, were black. Yes, researchers say Europeans were black 7,000 years ago. They found a tooth which genetically proved that white people had black people pigment. Yes, you heard that right. White people were black, meaning that at some stage in their lives, white people also owed someone money. And I bet you love hot wings too, huh, white people? All right, now next up in Limpopo, there has been a diarrhea outbreak, people. Yes, this is serious. There's an outbreak of diarrhea all over Limpopo. I mean, this is a really hard thing to deal with. Can you imagine Florence Mampija from Nyele calling the emergency operators like, hello, is this emergency? Hey, Mampija, can you please call the ambulance? I'm dying here. Bring twin saver tissue. All right, now, guys, moving on to some entertainment news. Justin Bieber will hear his sentence on Valentine's Day. Now, guys, what's up with the law always trying to bring the white brother down on Valentine's Day? First Oscar Pistorius, now Justin Bieber? Come on. Anyways, Justin Bieber will be facing charges for DUI, driving under the influence. And his mate is really, really worried about Justin Bieber. She says she's worried about Justin Bieber because he's becoming more and more like Michael Jackson each day. Justin Bieber like Michael Jackson? I mean, come on. Michael Jackson played with little boys. Justin Bieber is a little boy. What's he gonna do? Play with himself? Anyways, my name is Boogeyman Baba. See you next week, same time, same place. Holla black.